Hello and welcome back to another game preview. This time we have Void Terrarium 2. I am Toby, and with me once again we have Sebastian.
Hey,
Hello.
it's me. Yeah. Hey, Toby.
Hello. Very enthusiastic as always.
Look, whoever knows me from whatever video I was in last time, they have me stuck in here. But this time I got something that...
yeah, he doesn't get to leave, by the way. He's just in the corner of all of our streams, but he's just slightly off camera. So, you know, when's the last time you saw daylight? Because we've just kept you in here.
There's a what? Outside?
Yeah, the sun isn't just a JoJo stand. It's also like a whole thing.
You can read?
So anyway, we are playing Void Terrarium 2. Or more specifically, Sebastian is playing Void Terrarium 2. And I am going to... Yeah, I'm just watching like a creep over here through the Venetian blinds. But
Toby,
yeah.
please, there's an enemy sleeping right now.
So, let's start off, because this looks like a strange way maybe to open up a game. You're on level 43, floor 28. What scenario do you find yourself when you start this game for the first time?
So, this is the second game. So, pretty much, this is kind of playing into the fact that, spoilers, by the way, for Void Terrarium 1, at the end of that, pretty much, the main character, who is Robot here, goes off on like a big dungeon to find a certain item, which is what we're doing right now. So, this is kind of like taking place after the first game, and that's why we're in like so high level, is because it's basically a way to say, hey, this character has been like going through this long dungeon to get to a certain point, and that's why we're like kind of up to here right now.
Yeah. That's actually quite a common thing in games, right? Where it's quite common in games for you to start off the game with all of like a huge amount of power, essentially.
Yeah,
and then something
they strip
happens.
it away.
Yeah, they strip it away, and you have to build yourself back up. But yeah, that's cool. So when you launch the game, you are just deposited right in here. But yeah, that does tie into Void Terrarium 1, like you said. And you are going up some floors. So it sort of works vaguely like the mystery dungeony sort of tile-based system a little bit, right?
It's for fans of like a mystery dungeon kind of series, you can kind of see like if I do nothing happens. We kind of take it in turns, you know. We're very fair here. So if I move, he'll move. If I move, he moves. And if I move, he moves. Pretty much. Of course, if I attack, that's a move. If I do anything, that's a move. So if I kill him, he doesn't have to move because he's dead. But, you know.
Yeah, so we talked about the intro tying into Void Terrarium 1. Do you need to play Void Terrarium 1 to like get a good grasp on what's happening, or can you like pick up quite a lot of it on like context clues and that sort of thing?
Let me tell you, as someone who started this game without playing the first, because I don't know why I didn't play the first. I think it's just a case of I wasn't allowed to, or something like that. When I finally got let loose, it wasn't a thing back then. Rather, like, the game's already been quite old.
Yeah.
But pretty much, you don't have to. It does give some context as to, because you'll probably be asking yourself, like, who is this guy? How is he alive? Why he do this? You know, all this stuff. So, while it can give some context, personally, after you get through a bit of the game at the start, you'll kind of forget the fact that, why is this? And you just kind of go with it.
Yeah.
So, I'd say, I mean, first of all, the game's out right now. Not this one, the other game. So if you do want to catch up, if you do want to, like, hold yourself over before this game comes out, I'd say definitely give it a go. You don't have to, story-wise, but it can kind of help you kind of get into the groove of the game and everything. And I believe this is the final floor, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is this like a boss? He looks like just a guy.
Well, he looks like you and me.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, we're the same type of robot. But, of course, I'm, like, overpowered, so I'm just gonna... we're just gonna, like, stand against each other and just hit each other.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like, that's how, like, the, I guess, tutorial ends.
Yeah,
but it's not really tutorial.
The prologue sequence.
Yeah.
Som.
Cry.
Where did you go? I don't like being alone. This is why I'm not a professional voice actor.
Toby, I thought that was beautiful. I'm just saying. Like, but actually, that's another thing where like you don't really need to play the first one because there's a lot of unexplained questions in the first one.
Yeah.
This game, from what I've played, answers a lot of those questions. Like, for those who probably don't know, you're taking care of this girl who we'll see soon called Toriko. And it's not really explained in the first one as to who she is or her origin.
Yeah.
But this game does explain that, and you get to find that out as you go through. But yeah, kind of see here. You found the final piece. It's time to hurry back to Terrarium. So basically, it put you down in the middle of a mission, which is like an end game mission. Like at the end of the first one, to kind of show like, hey, your character has been trying to get through this dungeon while you've been waiting for the second game to come out.
Yeah. So this is sort of like the introduction now to the sort of like. Sort of almost like dual mode gameplay of Void Terrarium, where the first half was like the dungeon crawling roguelite sort of section.
And then this other section is like taking care of the terrarium and everything. And for people who've played the first one, you'll probably recognize a lot of this. This is the first terrarium you get, and this is our friend right here who's broken, which is the main reason why we wanted to, like, get back here. But before I repair him, you kind of see here, this is the terrarium that we kind of house Toriko in. Due to the fact that our friend here is out of commission, they can't take care of the terrarium. That's why it's all bandaged up and everything. Because to give some context, pretty much in this pod is Toriko, who is the last human on Earth. And the world is kind of infected with like this fungal kind of infection thing. And so it's like very bad for humans. So that's why we have a terrarium to kind of keep her in.
Yeah.
And because this person's out, they can't maintain it.
Yeah. I think sort of my main question immediately, like when I learned that a game has like that dual mode system, it would be like, how does one influence the other? Like, how does the dungeon crawling roguelite sections sort of tie into the gameplay of the terrarium sequences where you're taking care of the girl?
Well, so this is a roguelite, and with roguelites, there's like a lot of these kind of things they do that make the game a lot easier to play. So, if you imagine what we just went through, our character is very high level, and like so it was very easy. The game is actually kind of really hard, especially when you have like no upgrades, and also this is our friend from last time. They, like I said, got hurt and everything. And they're even explaining to you, you went through all that effort to repair them. And, thank you so much.
I think that's sort of like interesting sort of difficulty curve is, to me at least, what really sort of like defines the genre of like roguelikes and roguelites, where when you start, like usually when you start any of that kind of game, the start is always like the hardest bit.
Yeah.
Because you have like no knowledge of the game systems, and you have like no upgrades to like help you along. But then it's sort of, you really do feel like you're like building up yourself as you go along.
But
and
of course,
also ties
this is like the second game
right?
though. So there's like a lot of games where you go to the second game and you're like, why am I so weak all of a sudden? Like, so there's a way to kind of strip it from you.
Yeah.
But like here, by the way, this is the person who the whole game is kind of based around. By the way, if we let her out, there she is. It's Toriko.
I really like her design, actually.
Yeah, if you ignore the
I mean, if you ignore the fungus, but
Yeah, if you ignore the fungus and all that, she's very cute. She's very nice. She doesn't talk. She's like, I want to say 8. Don't quote me on that. I think the Void fans will probably tell me below how old she is, but she is like a young girl.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in the way. Oh god.
Don't worry. It's just the robot kind of telling them like, you're safe. Like, you're so cute.
Yeah. Very emotional robot.
Yeah. I don't know if I should. I mean, it's hard. The robot's good, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you remember, I told you about this, but that robot right there, that's kind of damaged and whatnot.
Yeah.
They're kind of the reason why all humanity's dead.
Yeah. And this is covered in the first game, right?
Yeah, it's covered literally at the start of the first game where the robot's crying about that they regret what they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are kind of the reason why a lot of humanity's kind of dead. They're not the reason for the infection.
Yeah.
They're just the reason why a lot of them are dead, because they kind of went they got a little bit angry.
Yeah. So as sort of like trying to like distill everything that we've talked about so far, which is not easy, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you have a way of like condensing that into like explaining sort of the core gameplay in just like a few words?
Is Toriko a word? Because Toriko is a big part of this.
Toriko is a word.
I mean,
yes.
it is a word. So then in that case, it'd be like, these are my hands. Fingers. Sorry, I was trying to look
Hand
to where my
reveal.
hand. Yeah, I'm actually, I have a controller down here. But sorry, so we have Toriko, taking care of them. Kill, the robots. Gather materials. Build the terrarium. And basically 5, the 5th one, little pinky. You pretty much get stronger.
Yeah.
So that is kind of the loop. Now, I said die, right? Did I say
I think so.
Yeah,
You definitely said kill, which is one side of the coin.
killing isn't only just applied to yourself. The game, it's a roguelite, so you are gonna die, but the game's like, die. Like, that's kind of a, just die.
Yeah.
Because you'll come back, you'll have all your materials, and, you'll have to start from scratch when you start again, but you get to basically use those materials to help out Toriko and whatnot.
Yeah. I really like the sort of the marriage of like the sort of crafting sort of
so like you
elements.
can see here, like these are this is a resource I just got given, but of course I can fill this out once I actually go into the dungeon. But use the resources to pretty much create stuff. So I'm gonna make a plushie for Toriko.
Yeah, because I really like how that ties in with the roguelike stuff, because I feel like I haven't actually seen those two very popular game mechanics really put together in that way, like really at all. Like no other game really comes to mind for me, at least, for that. But like out of all of these kinds of like styles of gameplay and gameplay mechanics, what would you say is like your personal favorite?
A mechanic in this game?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely just once you get enough stuff going, you get blueprints. So this terrarium is a bit lackluster, right?
Yeah.
But once we get a new one that's not bandaged up, we'll get to like put a lot of stuff. So I could put like a tree here, maybe a bench, a bunch of stuff for my amusement, but also for Toriko's. Because honestly, if I was her and I was stuck in this little glass bottle, I would want more stuff to do.
Yeah.
And in fact, what I love about it too is Toriko herself lost an arm. But that's not the point here. She may have lost an arm, but that's not the. This is about me right now, and and what I want.
It's about your struggles.
It's about my struggle. She lost an arm, but look. Let me tell you something. So as I was saying, she is a living, breathing human, and she will do things. So I once put down a painting set.
Yeah.
And Toriko used it. I was like, using it now. Wow, you're painting something. She's not a Picasso or anything, but she
How dare you?
Yeah,
trying her best.
She drew like little squiggles, which fair enough, I guess. And also, like, she kind of does want to help you. Like, she's so interested in everything you're doing. When I planted like seeds, which is a big thing in this new game where you can plant stuff in the terrarium. She pretty much watches you do it all. Like she watches you plant it, water it, and she kind of learns in a way. Like when I gave her like her own watering can, she decided to like water plants when she sees me water plants. Like it's very cute. It's actually very heartwarming. And now we'll kind of go back to the fact that she lost an arm here. So this is kind of like one of the story things that happens during the game is something will happen to Toriko.
Yeah.
She'll get sick. She'll lose an arm. She'll cry about it.
As an 8-year-old would in that scenario.
Well, yeah, I think anyone would. I think you would cry if I tore your arm off right now, Toby.
Nah, I'm good. I'm built different.
You're built. Okay, fair enough. But pretty much, you can kind of see the objective right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong way.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you just do the objective, you kind of progress the story and you learn more things. You get to unlock new things too. So
Yeah.
right now, I have to go and kind of get a item from the dungeon to fix her arm.
Yeah.
So it can kind of be here. Now, of course, more things get unlocked as you would in any kind of game. But right now, we're gonna go right here to kind of get the item. And this is kind of where you start off, like level 1, weak. I don't have any upgrades, nothing at all.
Yeah.
My status is all this. But like, the thing with crafting is it's not only just something you can use to build your base, but you'll get like permanent upgrades from crafting something for the first time. So if I were to craft like a chair, it would usually say something like, "Oh, +1 defense," which is
That's
permanent.
actually the gameplay mechanic that made me be like, oh, that's actually so smart.
Yeah.
Because it rewards you for building those sorts of like, it's like, of course they're good for Toriko, but they're good for like aesthetics as well.
Yeah,
And,
like
it rewards you for doing that sort of aesthetical element of the game.
it's like you're not being punished for like, yeah, I'm just gonna waste time and try get this really cool looking chair that I want. You actually get rewards for doing that. And like, see, every time you level up, you get like a choice of these like kind of skills. I usually go for the rare ones because I just like lost stars and all these items you get. The thing with this game is like I could use this item right now, but you can see the resources there. If I bring back 100 of that resource, so let's say that's 40, that's 30, that's like 75. I'm good at math. So if you have like 100, you get 1 point of that resource, which you can use to craft stuff. That's how you craft things. So this can help me survive, but I want to be greedy. I want to keep it.
Yeah, so it's like risk reward between, do I use this now or do I bring it back home where it can help me like craft stuff for the longer term, right?
Yeah, it's like this can help me survive and get through it forever now. But if I just keep it, this is the item I need. If I just keep it, I'll be able to basically get stronger in a way, get more items. Like I think I can take this guy on.
Oh, it's getting close.
I'm good. In fact, if I just run in place like this, press 2 buttons, I'll like regen health. But of course, energy right there, top right. That's kind of like your stamina bar in a sense.
Yeah.
So I would need to like consume batteries pretty much to kind of stay in there. Because if it gets to 0, that's when your health starts to deplete really fast. And there's also things that take up your energy bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did it.
Okay, so
very simple.
Is that like it's the first dungeon, right? So it's going to be shorter.
Yeah.
Is there like later in the game, is there like a general idea of how long a dungeon typically takes?
It can take you quite a bit. At the start, I'd say maybe about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on, 1, if you can breeze through it quite fast, or 2, you're exploring everything. But later in, after you finish one dungeon set, you get a choice to go to different ones.
Yeah.
So it can get very deep. So it can take you a lot longer, especially if you're trying to like look through every nook and cranny pretty much. But yeah, let's make this. This is kind of like one of the main things you kind of have to do at times. It's just the fact that Turcos are very... okay. See, that's why I kind of forgot myself. So I can make it because I have the item, but I still need the resources there. So I'm gonna have to go back to the dungeon to get more organic stuff or energy stuff and everything to be able to craft it. I don't know why I forgot about that. It's like I hit my head a bit, but
so later in the game when you have sort of like more dungeons and it's like you're already sort of settled and you're outside of the tutorial area. If you're on a really, really good run. How does that resolve at the end of a dungeon? Can you like carry that over immediately into a different dungeon, or do you just get a bunch of rewards from how good your run was, or how does that work?
So the run can last as long as you don't die. There is an end of the dungeon where if you haven't unlocked enough areas, you'll kind of get sent back to your terrarium and you start from scratch again.
Yeah,
like there's like an objective to survive through it. It's not needed, but it is there for kind of like a little bit of extra rewards, as to say. But pretty much, if you finish one set of dungeon, if it's connected to another one, you can go straight to that next one, and you'll keep everything you have. Of course, the enemies will get quite hard, so even if you think you're doing really good, you may just get messed up by a really hard enemy later on, because you are definitely going to need those permanent stat upgrades that you get for the game. This is probably not enough. You can also see that it's not just me walking. Like, I'm walking like this, so I'm careful, but I can speed through like this, where I'll just go straight to the end. But it's kind of like, right now I'm being careful about it because I don't know about too many enemies. But there's also traps. Yeah, if you see me kind of doing weird stuff, I'm stepping into traps, and they're kind of not good for me at times. Some of them can be good.
Are you stepping into them on purpose?
I'm not that dumb. I just can't. They're invisible. The traps are invisible unless you have a.
They're invisible, right? Okay,
yeah, unless you have like a skill or an item that can detect them.
Yeah.
Then they are invisible. So good luck kind of doing it. There is a way to kind of look for them, but you have to do this. You have to like stop, turn, and attack in front of you. Which I honestly, if you want my advice, just take the trap. It's not gonna kill you. There's no trap that will instantly kill you. It will make you annoyed, but a lot of traps don't. Like, that one just poisons you, but a lot of the traps don't just instantly kill you. They can be useful sometimes though. Like that trap that teleported me. If I'm being chased by something scary, I could use it. So it's not just all a hindrance.
Because I did remember seeing earlier on, there was like 2 enemies right up against you, and you hit a trap that like launched you and actually gave you some distance from the enemies, and I was like, was that on purpose?
I mean, carefully calculated, but I tend to forget what the traps are at times.
Yeah.
There you go. So I'm gonna craft that.
So you were talking about enemies earlier. I have it on the very good authority that there is sort of 1 or 2 enemies that have particularly maybe unsettling for some, depending on how squeamish they are, appearances. So are there options in the game for more squeamish players, perhaps?
It's I can't show you right now as to what it looks like, but
which is also probably good now.
If you're like me, I mean, don't worry about that. We're just putting our arm back on. But if you're like me and you really hate bugs, now see, cockroaches are pretty hard to kill, right?
Yeah,
and they usually survive a lot of calamities, and this is one of them. There's like this giant cockroach enemy that you can find. It moves unsettlingly. It looks disgusting. And the first time I saw it where it wasn't censored, it actually scared me, and I felt very like sick from it.
Oh my god.
Because it's just very gross, you know? It's just very gross.
I don't know why that makes me excited. I want to see it now.
Well, unfortunately, it's in a secret room that you have a chance to get into. Like, I tried to show you last time, but it is very hard. Like, it is there, though. When you see it, it can be quite unsettling. So once I get control back my character, there is what's called an icky filter. And
I do like that name a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant. I thought it'd be like blood or something, but it's actually just meant for that bug enemy. There might be more, but pretty much it'll put like a giant sensor on it. Like it'll blur it out, so you don't have to see it.
And there's actually multiple settings, right?
So there's
a cute one as well.
There's a cute one. So the cute one, it pretty much censors it, but it also gives it a nice pink. It colors it pink, gives it rainbows. So you get like this whole. It's just a little cute pink bug thing, you know. There's no brown, disgusting egg brown, all this stuff. It is honestly very.
Yeah, we can probably see it now. Actually, that you have your character, right?
Oh yeah, So it's not that. Don't ever click that. But here it is, icky filter. It doesn't really explain it too much, but like I said, it's a default. It's on. If you're like me, do not turn it off. The game keeps it on for a reason.
Yeah.
Turn it off if you're curious. But if you're like me and you hate bugs, please do yourself a favor. Turn it to cute or something. Like it is not. It's not worth it. But yeah, you got like all this kind of stuff you can do.
Yeah. So far we've seen like 3 main characters. We've got this computer character here.
Yeah.
We've got Toriko, and we have the player character.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite out of them yet? Because I know the computer guy is the most like characterful.
They're the
They
only
can speak.
ones that they're the only ones who can really talk.
Yeah.
Your main character, Robbie, he doesn't really speak, but he does take care of Tarko, and Tarko doesn't know how to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, that might change. I don't know if it will change. She's very young, and there's no humans to kind of talk to her or anything. But my favorite, I do love Factory AI.
Yeah.
Like this person right here. They're very, because they talk. We get to know more about them, even though they did kill all humanity. It's not big. It's
You could have done worse.
it could have been worse. We kept one alive, so that's good at least. But they're probably one of my favorite characters. But Toriko themselves is just seeing them kind of how they move and how they react to everything is very sweet.
Yeah. So what just happened?
So the area we're in is kind of being overrun by these because Robbie's a robot.
Yeah.
You kind of learn more about his origin from the first game, but pretty much now these kind of evil Robbies are invading, and every time you kill one, you get like this little cutscene, which is like a backstory.
Yeah.
In fact, like, if you just saw it there, I know it's being hidden by the little black text, but you basically just saw Toriko like in a room, on a chair, surrounded by scientists. So you get to learn more about her origins from this.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically a distortion is basically eating up the terrarium you're in.
So what is a distortion in this game world?
It's sort of like it's to do with this villain from the first game, I believe. But it's pretty much kind of corrupting everything. And it's kind of eating up the world in a sense. It's different from the infection. It is quite dangerous. And I believe the main purpose of this game is that you are going to have to find the source of the distortion and destroy it.
Yeah.
That's like the main driving point.
So now it seems like we might be leaving the tutorial area now, because it's like the distortion is like eating up currently what the player has, and now you're gonna have to
so
move
everything that you've
elsewhere.
had from the first one, which is kind of how they reset yourself back to zero, is like the area that you were in for the first game, you now have to abandon it because it's now like being distorted and everything. And we're taking like Factory AI's computer chip to find a new location.
Yeah.
And we're taking Toriko too, who's in the box. I guess I'll just leave her there for now, but she will come with us because otherwise it'd be no point. But yeah, so now I gotta go through like this little mini dungeon to kind of escape, which I can speed through this really fast.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So I know that you haven't had the time to play through the entirety of the game yet, but do you have like a general idea or gist of how long you think the game on a casual playthrough like could last?
I felt like for me, it took maybe 40 hours to get to where I was.
Yeah.
And that was only to get to the part where it told me about the whole distortion stuff. I never really got around to that.
Yeah.
So I'd say there's a lot of that. I don't know. It's quite hard to say because games like this, it's sort of like one of those games where you'll kind of stop playing after a bit, but come back to it.
Yeah,
but honestly,
yeah.
I played it so much. I really love it. It's so good.
I do
But
think it has like...
if you want to like a casual playthrough, you will die. So unless you're like super lucky or just know how to min-max, this game can take you quite a while. It can take you like maybe more than 40 hours, especially if you just want to go straight for the story.
Yeah.
But
I can actually like see a little bit of like the sort of like daily life sim aspect to it, where like I could see myself like, like logging in another day, being like, oh, I might try and get this new like cosmetic item for my terrarium, do some runs, try and get it, post a picture of my terrarium on Twitter.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you want to gloat and show off your terrarium, there's like really cool things. In fact, it's not even just one. Once you get further enough, which is a great incentive, by the way, is you actually unlock more than you unlock like another terrarium, so you get an even bigger terrarium.
Yeah.
Which Toriko can like kind of go through, and you can make these themes too. Like if you wanted to, you can make one terrarium be like a very spooky kind of like cobwebs and a spider and everything, kind of give the atmosphere like a scary feeling.
Yeah.
Or make a really hot deserty one where it's very humid and dry because the terrariums have like a lot of thought put into them where you can
yeah, and those themes actually have like gameplay repercussions.
Yeah,
right?
they do. See, I can't carry all this. You can unlock more backpack space. By the way. That's a really huge thing. So I can just do some of this. But yeah, Toriko's human. So if you think you can just kind of leave her there in like a very cold or hot environment for too long, I mean it's the same kind of aspect of leaving your kid in your car, you know, the windows up. It's she's gonna like. She's gonna dehydrate, and she's gonna get very sick from that.
Yeah.
So don't do that. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, but I'm just kind of telling you now, like, leaving her in that condition, especially if you don't. I think the clothing too will help. So if you give her something warm, she'll be fine. But
so you can actually also make like different clothes for her as well.
Yeah, you can dress her up. Like, I think I gave her some cool sunglasses. There we go. I just didn't want to have to lose there.
Yeah.
It'd be very embarrassing for me. But, yeah, you can kind of like, give her a lot of stuff. And in fact, just remember, she is human. She's not like some kind of doll. Whenever you come back, she will sometimes just be dressed in anything that she might like. So, I gave her this dress. Apparently, she didn't like it because she came back in a different outfit when I came back. So, you know, she'll just change outfits when she wants to.
Yeah.
Of course, you can make her wear it again. Oh, there we go.
Ooh, that's a 5-star.
Yeah, it's the rarest one. And a lot of the kind of really rare ones give, like, a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm surprised I haven't found a weapon yet, actually. That's, because, like, you can kind of see I got a shield right now. I'm going to throw this away. Don't worry about that. But, so, like, you kind of see here the weapon skills.
Yeah.
So, for shields and for weapons... So you see how there's like a bar that's locked. Whenever you get it up to a certain level, you unlock a new passive for that item. So right now it's defense plus 5 or 5%. Right?
Yeah.
As you get further down, you can unlock more passives, and it gets even better as the game goes on.
Right. So if you prefer using like a certain type of weapon, then if you keep using it, then you'll just become more. And more
like one of my favorite weapons is this disc.
Yeah.
I don't have the disc on me, but just imagine I'm holding a disc. So the disc itself will have a unique passive when you get it, where I believe it's like, first you can throw it like a discus, like you can throw it and it'll bounce to enemies.
Yeah.
You unlock more damage and everything.
That absolute unit.
Yeah, this guy, he hurts, but he can't hit me for like the life of him.
Yeah.
At times. There you go. I'm just gonna use this. But yeah, the objective is mainly just to get to the yellow part, and you get to the next thing. And I'm especially trying to do this because I don't have like a timer in a sense. Because for people who play the first game, you'll know that like Tariko is very needy, as a human is. She'll like, you know, you need to feed her, take care of her, do all this stuff. But right now she's safely contained in her pod, so I'm just trying to get to like the end of the level, which is now.
Nice. So this is where we come out at the main location for the rest of the game, right?
Yep. You see this little broken terrarium right here? That's where we'll start building. You kind of see there's multiple broken ones. So we'll fix each of them as the game kind of goes on. So right now we're going to fix this one up. But I think we get given a quest first to basically repair the first one.
Yeah.
But we keep everything here. And like the safe house is like where we put the food for Tariko and everything. And this is where we're going to put our friend who will start our base operations here pretty much.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to unlock, and honestly, like I kind of wish I could just show you my safe profile because I think my terrarium's quite good looking.
Yeah, because I saw it when you were showing us earlier.
Yeah,
it is very cool to see like the different because like there is a lot of available options for
there is.
Different like furniture pieces around the terrarium.
Yeah, and each one can give like so if you build one of everything, you get like the bonus, right?
Yeah.
But also some items have a little stat on it. It'll be like +1 to scary, +1 to like fancy, pretty much like that, which adds the atmosphere of the level. And so in fact, some items also increase or decrease stuff like the temperature and humidity, which is mainly the plants, which you kind of need to sort of adjust how some plants grow. So like certain plants that you plant in the terrarium will only grow in certain conditions, which like again I would love to kind of show you this, but starting from the beginning, it's a little bit of a slow burn. I'm like, I want to show you this, but I can't. You don't get unlocked yet. There's like a lot of story elements to it, which like, are we gonna play this on stream at some point? You know?
I hope so.
I mean, if like, I would love to watch you play it, because you'll understand once you get to it that you'll see like all the new stuff you start unlocking, and it is really, really cool. Like, in my opinion, this game is like, so the first one I also played, by the way. I didn't finish it, but I played it just to get an understanding of how they changed it from this to that.
Yeah.
This game, I'd say, is a more refined version of the gameplay. Like, it's a lot better. The weapons, for example, have more of a purpose. Like, in the first game, the weapon would just be like, oh, plus 10 attack. Whatever. This game, it's like, okay, it's not only plus 10 attack. Now you have a new passive. Now you get to level up that weapon. You can master the weapon. When you master the weapon itself changes. Yeah. And like, you know, it just gets a lot better.
The thing that, because that sort of the thing that I liked seeing was that like it seems that everything has its own little like mini progression.
Yeah.
And that like everything you do is building towards something sort of bigger down the line.
Yeah.
And so as you're like moving from one sort of objective to the other and one activity to the other, it's all still building towards the main goal.
Yeah, so you can kind of see here what I meant by the kind of dungeon stuff.
Yeah.
So I have to get here. This is a dungeon itself.
Yeah.
I have to get there, but to get there, I have to first travel here. So once I get through this dungeon, I can use everything I have to get to this one. Now, of course, that can be a little bit boring when you're so high level. You can just kind of, you know, like, I have so much stats that all the enemies here just mean nothing to me. Well, once you get further enough, you can actually just skip ahead straight here. Like, you get new starting locations pretty much. You find shortcuts. Yeah. So it's not, you don't even have to like.
So it cuts out that like.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go, a weapon. All right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. So weapons have their own kind of skills. So you can kind of see here, I have a slash.
So that's like an actual like range on it, right?
Yeah. It you kind of have to feel about with the skill sometimes. Like, you could probably use a Wikipedia, but right now the game's not out yet, so but the skills here, they're attached to the bottom.
Yeah.
And you can kind of feel those skills as you kind of get new weapons and unlock it. So if I kill things, my weapon skill goes up and unlock new things. I'm surprised there's no enemies for me to use it on. Okay, so the slash is literally just a free wide attack, so it's good AoE. And that's like the big thing is AoE in this game is kind of king at times.
Yeah.
And some weapons even have AoE built into them as like a passive.
Yeah.
So you don't have to activate it. But you can see the energy costs though.
Yes, that costs energy then, right?
Oh, that's a dash through. Okay, that's what that one is. There is an AoE one, but this one's like a dash through. So if you get like stuck in between enemies, you can dash through it. But yeah, the energy, as I said, goes down as you kind of use skills and everything. So you gotta kind of be careful about it. You gotta consume batteries. It's like a robot's energy drink in a way.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, enemies drop items too. Not good quality items. Like this one, it's leaky, so it'll give me a stats effect for a little bit. But honestly, I think it's kind of worth it. So this one gave me shock. So, and I'm poisoned. So that's just my luck, in a way.
A very fruitful 1 second there.
Yeah. But yeah, like, you need the energy, because otherwise you're going to be kind of stuck, not be able to get through. Yeah. And I probably should have stayed on that level to kind of kill enemies, but the weapon here makes quick work of a lot of enemies, to be honest.
Yeah. So it does have that, like, push and pull of, that's, I think, common in basically most sort of roguelike type games, where often you will find the next door, like, pretty quick, but it's weighing up the time and all of your resources and trying to find all of the different
because in this game especially, it's like, what if I find a weapon area? Like, it's somewhere out there probably. I just have to look through the entire level. There you go.
I do love the every time you level up you get a choice of like randomly rolled passes
and you see the max there's like these bonuses you can equip on yourself too, which kind of influence the cards. So yeah, don't worry about that guy. I hate him. But pretty much, like, I can get this little equipment permanent thing that I attached to my robot, and pretty much it increases the chance of me getting cars that increase my attack or just attack oriented.
Yeah.
So there's a way to influence the RNG, and there's also stuff like you get one that gives you more options, for example. So instead of getting 2 car choices, I'll get 4, for example.
Yeah.
Or don't worry about that one. I did attack the air because I forgot to turn, but it's okay. And I'm safe. Yeah. You can kind of like bull rush through, but you know, taking your time at times.
Oh, running low on energy.
Ah, that is true. I got a battery for that though. Like I use a very. It's not a rare. It's just if I kept that big battery, I would have been able to cash it in at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, now, and I see here this little riffing. That's where we kind of need to get the quest item. So I need to kind of. So new area, by the way. Pretty big thing.
Yeah, very new visuals on this one.
Yeah, new visuals. I'm gonna die this guy maybe. New visuals, new music, which I really love too. Like it feels like you're actually like getting through as you're kind of getting through it. Yeah, and enemies are harder, of course. There we go, a shield and a new weapon.
Oh, I do like that music actually.
Yeah, it's really funky. Oh, and what I just picked up there. Let's kill this rat. So this is a blueprint, right?
Yeah.
So if I bring it home, I'll get to craft this. So not only will I get a permanent upgrade from crafting it, but I get to use it now. And of course it gives me resources. So it is taking up a spot in my inventory. But if I can like just get home with it, which I could do right now if I just die, right? Yeah. I'll get to like use it in my my terrarium. So there's a lot of items to discover. Like there's like a reason why I want to come back here, even if I'm too strong or if I decide to leave this area for last or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to explore every area because I want to get every blueprint and just like get those stat bonuses, get that item that I really like, and etc. etc. I need to equip the shield.
So is there much of a difference between choosing to cash in whilst you're still alive as opposed to just dying in battle, for example?
The game is very forgiving in a sense where like dying in battle and cashing at the end is the same thing. So like you don't really lose much of anything, right?
Yeah.
But once you meet the little shopkeeper in this game, he kind of gives you quests to earn the money that you need to buy stuff from him.
Yeah.
And sometimes the reward, like sometimes the quest is like, oh, complete this dungeon, like actually get through it to the end, right?
Yeah.
And also like, I mean, yeah, you could die if you wanted to, but I mean, it's gonna hurt, I guess, if robots feel pain. I don't know if Robbie feels pain. He does react to it. See, this is where like item management comes into play.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use a battery because I need the item with me.
You pick up high quality sand.
Yeah, it's for the terrarium, don't you know?
Oh yeah, of course.
Come on, what?
How else are you gonna build a little desert terrarium without high quality sand? You don't want that low quality sand.
No, I hate low quality sand. Oh, that's another thing with you can't see the contamination thing.
Yeah.
Of course we're in a very fungal infested kind of world, right? And sometimes items we pick up will just be infected.
Yeah.
And I'm going to run away real fast. But if they're infected, then it does change the quality of an item. So, oof. Yeah, I didn't have any healing there.
Yeah.
But at least I brought back one item. But now I can probably show you now what the upgrade stuff is kind of like. But yeah, like sometimes contaminated items will change things. So, for example, the battery will become less useful if it's contaminated. But if it's highly contaminated, it'll give like a bonus, but also a downside. So it's not always a bad thing. Unless it's food. Food, you don't want to give contaminated food to Toriko because...
That does sound like a bad idea in general.
Yeah, I'll just let you guys know, like, when I was showing this game off to people here, they told me to give, like, rotten contaminated food. Don't you laugh at
I was not the one wanting to give
Well, they told me to give
Toriko.
contaminated rotten food to Toriko. And then when I came back from a dungeon, she was bloated up like a balloon.
Yeah,
like,
there's like illnesses in the game, right? We have to like do like specific quests to like
and when she gets like a disease or anything, you get given like a way to cure her, which involves kind of like doing what I did. We have to go look for the items and do all this. And to be honest, it is quite fun.
Yeah.
even though she's suffering. But thankfully in this game, like, it's also streamlined too. In the first game, when she's sick, you have to like mush up food to give it to her. Now we have science where factory AI will actually put her on life support, so you don't have to worry about like giving her mushed up food. You just go through the dungeon. Her health is slowly ticking down, but you know, you can kind of go through it. Oh, and there it is. If,
Cool.
That's why it got me. I was like, if you're feeling brave, I'm like, what do you mean by that? And I guess it wasn't brave enough. There you go. But so yeah, see what I mean right there?
Yeah.
So first craft bonus, +2 health. I can't craft it because I don't have enough, you know, organic materials. But if I craft it first time, I'll get +2 health.
And that stays with you the whole game.
Forever, throughout the whole thing.
I think that would definitely make me feel a lot less bad about just like hoarding a bunch of like blueprinted items that I'm not actually using, really.
No, you want to, because once you get that blueprint, you don't need to find it again, pretty much.
Yeah.
So honestly, first run, definitely bring back as many blueprints as possible, especially if you can get something that gives you more inventory space.
Yeah.
Like, that's honestly king in my opinion. If you, the moment you can get more inventory space, the better, because I will hoard so much that I wish I had enough. Like, it will make you weaker. Like, sometimes you can find an item, like a skill, like one of these, that gives you more inventory space. The downside being just that, well, now you don't have things make you stronger, which I don't care, because I'm like super roided out with I'm doing math here so I don't die. Okay, there you go. But I'm like so strong that I can just afford to walk around without any skills and just kill things. So yeah.
So we're actually probably coming up to time here. So after this run, we can probably start closing out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you guys do get a chance to see maybe Toby here, maybe
I think Caitlin might be playing it.
Okay.
I don't know. Caitlin's a huge roguelike fan. I wouldn't want to deprive her.
All right. Do you think I'm gonna hit or miss? Because if I miss, I die.
This is like, I love these situations.
It's hit or miss. Actually,
I think you're gonna hit.
I forgot if bombs will hurt me, so I could risk it. Or I
that
could throw
would
a
be
bomb
just
at
mutually assured destruction.
No, I'm gonna throw it. Okay, there you go. Thankfully, and the enemy's asleep.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, the grenades very strong. I keep forgetting to use them sometimes because I'm poisoned. But
oh no,
you know, the poison can't kill you. Thankfully, it
yeah.
just brings you down to like no health. But yeah, sometimes you can just get unlucky, which, you know, the game won't punish you for it. I mean, in a way, you start again, but the game like kind of encourages you to die in a sadistic kind of way. Oh no, lag. That's
so what
like
does lag do?
Lag pretty much makes it so you miss a turn every time you move, in a sense. So
right,
enemies take 2 turns while you take 1. So it's very, very rough. There you go. Mega Hunter. There you go. Some stuff can be permanent. Am I dead?
It's looking.
Oh, I'm fine. I have, like I said, this is why you have items. I'll just get more items like if I stay alive. If I die now, I have to use all those items. I probably deserve to lose.
I like seeing sort of like the calculations going on where it's like, I could
you can
do this,
see me
but
stop talking to like calculate in my mind like
the likelihoods of certain outcomes.
It's like, what is the chance here that I survive? I want to be sure that I can keep playing the game, especially since this is my last run before the video ends.
Yeah.
And the more of a video that I have, the more Toby has to edit it. Oh, actually, you know, it's funny, good thing. See that guy is purple?
Oh yeah.
So he's contaminated. He's like an elite enemy. He's stronger and has more health.
Yeah.
But if I kill him, I'll get lots of XP.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna punch him to death.
Okay. He seems to be not particularly
dead. I mean, he's dead now. But yeah. I got like 2 levels up.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's a good one. So, and I clicked the wrong thing. But if you're not like me and not blind, you'll pick the other one. That one lets you like free throw things.
Yeah.
Very nice. Like, instead of me throwing like a grenade in one direction, in fact, I got to turn the item. That's pretty good. So now, normally, it only deals 40. Because it's highly contaminated, it makes it so it does more damage. And in fact, but the downside is it inflicts boost, which is pretty much it gives the enemy 2 turns instead of one.
Yeah.
So basically, I can use it on this guy, and it will kill him. But if it didn't kill him, like a boss, for example, the boss will all of a sudden start doing things two turns at a time. So not good.
I quite like that. The contaminated items have like a...
Oh no. Hopefully it's killed it. Oh, there we go. But yeah, these enemies suck because I just have no stat bonuses.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like... Also, that's another thing too. One of the resources you need to bring back is contamination sometimes.
Yeah.
And those only appear in items that have contaminations with them. So if I kept the item, I would have had some contamination things, but I needed it so I didn't die.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of risk and reward.
Yeah, so those are going to be the items that you're going to want to use mainly on your run, as opposed to sort of bringing them back home.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the longer you stay alive, the more items you get in the end, because the deeper you go, the better the items at times.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna use this. So this potion's permanent until I leave this floor.
Oh, right.
So you can kind of keep it for a lot of hard stuff, but...
If you get a second one, can you, like, stack them?
You can only use one at a time.
Oh, right,
but you can use different ones. So this one's strength. One can give me, like, health regen. One gives me, like, other stuff, like defense. So, you know, like, I can use this guard one, but I'll probably keep it for now.
Yeah. And it'll, like, overwrite your strength potion.
It won't. They'll stack, like I said.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, yeah.
So they'll stack, so... Like I said, next layer, it means this. So I'm right here. I'm going to use it now so I don't die to these guys, probably. They're very useful, just very hard to get, and also, like I said, you never know what you're going to get, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I haven't even unlocked yet, for example, like, sometimes you'll find, like, a secret portal. They'll take you to a secret area, but it may be here, but it may not be, because I don't know when it starts to get unlocked, but yeah. Oh, purple.
I guess I mean, assuming you live here, which I think you will.
Yeah, I'm good. Thankfully I had that potion in hand.
Yeah, it seems that like the purple enemies kind of have the same. Oh, there's 5-star there.
Yeah.
Purple enemies sort of have the same sort of like feeling of like finding like a big chest.
Yeah, they're very hard to find. But once you do find it, you kind of do want to kill them, even if they might kill you, just because. The reward from it is just you get like a really big boost in your level, which is really nice. I hate this guy. It's not the worst enemy, like in the game. You'll find different ones, but yeah, like you can see, like now I'm level 10. Smooth sailing for now, unless you get unlucky.
When you get a passive on level up, can you get like an extra boost on top of that passive by leveling up again?
Yes. Levels stack. Some cards, once you get once, you can't get again.
Right.
Because there's no point in stacking it. But I can die now, by the way, because I have the item. But, like, some things do stack, so something that gives 50% chance, also now 100, and vice versa and whatnot. Ooh, weapon. I mean, I don't really need it. I could just die right now, but I have not unlocked the suicide button yet. Or have I? I have not. Because actually no, there's definitely a suicide button somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I'm close to the end of the level anyway. So, Lance.
Those guys look
okay, well, that guy almost killed me. So.
Oh god, yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, I just knocked him away. Kite. Okay, that's a. Oh.
Oh my god. This is not looking like a good situation. Oh, there's 2 of them now.
I'm doing okay. They're in their shells. I forgot about that, so they don't like.
Oh, you got through that?
Yeah. Okay. So I forgot that once you hit them, they get scared and hide in their shells, so they miss out on a couple turns. They're harder to kill when you're like that, but it just means they can't hurt me back. Which I love it when enemies can't hurt me back. There we go. Ooh. Just gonna take the potion off the floor. So you don't need to do a lot of iron damage. You just drink anything off the floor or take anything off the floor, and you'd be done with it.
It's okay for robots to do, not humans.
Okay.
Oh, it's a monster house!
Yeah, for those who probably have the knowledge of mystery dungeons, a monster house is, look at that entire room. It's full of loot. It is full of loot. However, it is full of enemies.
Are all those red dots on the map enemies?
That's all enemies. All the blue is a bunch of items.
Good luck.
If I could run away, but
I mean,
Oh
inflict glitch on all foes.
So pretty much every enemy
please.
gets glitch.
Yeah.
Which means that they're confused. They will attack each other.
Oh.
And they'll also be given boosts, so which means to take 2 turns.
Oh, but they're all so close and clumped together, so
yes,
that should be really good.
It is, but the thing is, they can also still hit me.
Yeah.
But let's just do it.
That sounds fun.
Oh man.
Oh jeez.
You can kind of see everything's going to hell. I can't even tell what's going on.
Oh, I love this.
And now I'm in the corridor, which is probably the best place to be, but oh my, I don't even have any healing.
I think there's only one enemy left. Oh, there's
there's not.
Your visibility
My visibility is really... Ooh.
That was an incredible way.
That's a nice way to end it. That's a very
so
nice way to
good.
end it. That's like pure luck. Like that's not guaranteed to be there. That's just, I guess, unlucky in a way. But at the same time, it's like, Jesus, I didn't expect that. But I mean, I got the item anyway, so we gotta quickly show the guys, well, the lovely people watching, like what Terrarium looks like when it's kind of fixed up.
Yeah. Are you able to do that now?
I mean, yeah, like. Okay, first of all, here it goes. I can get these things, but I want to use this.
Yeah.
And you know, just to kind of make it brief, I'm sure you probably want to kind of take in the story as you play it yourself, but we're just fixing it. And we're gonna let Torker out. And like that's Terrarium.
So this is your this already looks a little bigger than the previous one.
It is a lot bigger, honestly. It's because of the shape too. This shape it's like cylinder.
Yeah.
And there's cylinders behind it too, so it gets a lot bigger. But I'll be able to edit this place. In fact, I think once I let Torker out, kind of show you like how some of the things are like.
Yeah.
But this is where she's gonna be in. Which, by the way, this is definitely at the start of the game before you let Torker out. That's your best chance to just farm because you don't have to worry about her. She's kind of safe in there until you let her out. But yeah, you kind of. She's so. I don't even know. I just feel bad, you know, for like. I feel really bad for her.
I feel like the artists for this game really did a good job.
Yeah, they did a really good job. I don't know the name of the artist, but they did do like other works, similar. Terrarium 1, for example, but it was just every game that was really nice looking. Yeah, now we're just taking care of Terrarium.
Yeah, so now like this is where like the proper primary gameplay loop sort of begins.
Yeah. And yet, so you get stuff like you have to clean her terrarium. It's like taking care of like a Tamagotchi in a way.
Yeah.
In fact, for those who probably don't know, we do have a website where you can kind of take care of a Tamagotchi Tamago. So if you want to go ahead and do that to tide yourself over until you take care of the actual Tomoko. Tomoko or Toriko? I'm saying it wrong.
Toriko.
Who's Tomoko?
You could be thinking about the anime Tamako market.
I don't know what that is.
No,
Oh.
I think I might butcher that name too. I'm not gonna lie.
It's Toriko. Sorry. Toriko. I just read it now. God.
Yeah.
Forget I said Tomoko. But yeah, now it's kind of asking me to go get food and whatnot, which kind of ties into everything. But I can craft this. I can't craft that. I used all my material to make the actual home instead of making the stuff, but...
Use your imagination at home.
Use your imagination. This is where my table is. This is where my chair would be. You're also not allowed to pat Toriko on the head until you do the mission, so... Yeah. If you want to
That's a good incentive. That's a good incentive.
That is a good incentive. But hopefully once Caitlin streams it,
yeah,
it's good stuff.
Cool. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for the demonstration. And you can find the pre-order link, or if it's out now, the link to buy Void Terrarium 2 on
Yeah, I don't know when it comes
NISA
out.
Europe store.
But
Yeah, which will probably be in the description.
down below,
assume?
yes. Unless,
I think I'm in charge of that.
well, like I said, it's down there or
It's somewhere.
wherever YouTube decides
wherever,
to move
yeah,
it.
wherever. Remember, there was a time back in 2008 where they changed
God,
that
don't.
very frequently.
Yeah, please don't remind me about that. But yeah, hopefully, I gotta go back to my cage and whatever game I'm doing next, I'll probably be
yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably have to
If you do the next video good as well, I might open the curtain a bit.
There's a curtain.
Thank you very much for watching,
Thank you.
and yeah, see ya.